complete shock. I'm still in shock today. The devastation was such that I'm still in shock today.
Dozens of people have died in floods that swept through central Texas. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Rennie Svirnovsky, in for Hannah Jewell. It's Monday, July 7th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. About 750 campers were sound asleep in their bunk beds in the early morning hours of July 4th, expecting to wake up to a day of celebrations. Instead, many were awakened by ominous cracks of thunder and flashes of lightning. Others were roused by shouts and the sound of breaking glass as their counselors smashed cabin windows with rocks to try to pull them from the floodwaters of the Guadalupe River. As of this morning, at least 78 people have been confirmed dead in the Central Texas floods. That includes 28 children. Dozens more remain missing in one of the deadliest freshwater floods in decades, including 10 children still missing from Camp Mystic, a Christian camp on the banks of the river. And there's more rain in the forecast. Tanya Fucci, who you heard at the top of the show, was visiting her grandmother when she witnessed the flooding. She said they didn't get alerts in time.
We got the warnings on our phones hours later. The destruction had already been done before the warnings came out.
In our newsletter today, you can find a minute-by-minute timeline of the floods. Just follow the link in our show notes. You can also find live coverage of the continuing search for the missing. President Donald Trump ridiculed Elon Musk's plans for a new political party. That's number 2. On Saturday, the richest man in the world, who is the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX and the owner of X, announced a new way to fill his time. Musk said he has started a political party, which he claimed will represent the 80% of voters in the middle. He's calling it the America Party. It's a pretty big turnaround for a man who went all in on using his wealth to support Trump's successful run for president last year. Most recently, Musk and Trump have clashed over Trump's massive tax and immigration bill, which the president signed into law on Friday. Musk announced his new party on X a day after that signing. And Trump was not impressed. He called Musk's plans ridiculous. And on Truth Social yesterday, he said Musk had gone off the rails.
I think it's ridiculous to start a third party. We have a tremendous success with the Republican Party. The Democrats have lost their way, but it's always been a two-party system. And I think starting a third party just adds to confusion.
Last week, Trump said he would take a look at deporting Musk. Number 3. Trump will meet with Israeli leader Benjamin Netanyahu today at the White House. This is the 3rd time the two men will come face-to-face this year, but a lot has happened since their last meeting. Today's event might look like a victory lap after recent joint U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran, hailed by both as a major success. But the visit will also be dogged by Israel's war against Hamas in Gaza and questions over how hard Trump will push for an end to the conflict. In Trump's view, a fresh truce between Israel and Hamas could pave the way for a far greater peace in the Middle East. The meeting could give new urgency to a U.S. ceasefire proposal under discussion, but whether it'll lead to a deal that ends the war is unclear. The U.S. has reached its highest annual measles case tally in 33 years. That's number 4. According to new data, at least 1,277 cases of measles have been confirmed this year across 38 states and the District of Columbia. That surpasses the number of infections reported in 2019. And it's the largest number of cases since 1992, when officials recorded more than 2,100 infections. The milestone marks a public health reversal in defeating a highly contagious, vaccine-preventable disease as the anti-vaccine movement gains strength. The CDC said that 92% of measles cases this year were in people who were either unvaccinated or whose vaccination status was unknown. If you're not sure about your vaccine status or whether you need a booster, you can find more information in our newsletter today. A woman was found guilty in Australia's mushroom murder case. That's number 5. 50-year-old Erin Patterson was accused of murdering 3 relatives in 2023 by feeding them lunch laced with death cap mushrooms. Today, a jury found that Patterson deliberately poisoned 4 relatives, one of whom survived, with a toxic beef Wellington. The verdict brings to a close a 2-month trial that gripped Australians and could read from the outside like an Agatha Christie novel. Scores of people lined up each morning outside the courthouse for the chance to see the proceedings firsthand. Proceedings replete with family drama, fungal ingredients, and allegations of deception. Number 6. Tropical storm Shantel is moving into the mid-Atlantic region. Yesterday, Shantel became the first storm of the hurricane season to make landfall in the U.S. It caused major flooding in North Carolina, submerging homes, businesses, and vehicles, and closing hundreds of roads. Up to 2 months' worth of rain fell in some areas. Today, Shantel's moisture will track into the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, triggering heavy showers and possible thunderstorms from D.C. to Boston. In addition to being the first of this season, Shantel's landfall was the earliest in the season since 2022 in the United States. You can find the full forecast in our newsletter. Just follow the link to that in our show notes. And at number 7. 15 years after a wedding ring was lost on a Virginia Christmas tree farm, it was found. In 2010, Wayne Corprew cut down a Christmas tree for his family. When he got into his truck to drive it home, he realized that his wedding ring was missing. He searched the 50-acre farm in Southwest Virginia, but to no avail. He then reported the loss to the owner, who took down his details on a sticky note. It read, quote, "Lost wedding ring band, do not throw away." More than a decade later, Corprew was shocked to get a call from the farm. Its new owners had unearthed the ring while planting corn, leafed through old sticky notes, and got in touch. He picked it up the next day. All right, you are all caught up. My colleagues on the Post Reports podcast are working on an episode that goes deeper on the flooding in Central Texas. You should be able to listen to that this afternoon. Just look for Post Reports wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Rennie Svirnovsky. I'll meet you back here tomorrow.